Hey guys, how's it going? Jay Sensational here, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit of a spicy list. This is a deck that the person that just hit rank 2 was playing a lot of, and this is Kegs Sivir with Kegs. And now you might be wondering, what the heck is this deck? What does it do? Why is it a good deck? Why does it make sense? Things like that. And if we go back a few seasons, this was actually a deck that was brewed up by, I believe, Dr. Chekhov, another player in Masters Ladder in the North America server, that actually did quite well. It's very similar to pretty much every other sort of Sivir Tempo deck. You can compare it very similarly to the Demacia Auction Sivir variant. However, we do have the Bilgewater package for a little bit different thing. The main difference within this deck is the fact that we do have Make It Rain. Make It Rain combined with Dreadway Deckhand, or line them up, just any sort of keg generation allows our Make It Rain to just ping and potentially wipe down an early board. Alongside the kegs, we also do have the ability to red card with Twisted Fate, or just gain extra damage from Ruinous Path. Now, where the tempo really comes in is against these more swarmy board-wide decks. Having the ability to either flip the game with a red card or a Make It Rain is something that the Demacia side really lacks. Demacia has great single target removal, but lacks in those wider board states. So when you see a lot of Pirate aggro suddenly on the ladder because it does really well into Mono Shurima and a lot of other decks, having the ability to control a wide board with things like Make It Rain as well as Twisted Fate greatly benefits the matchup spread of playing this sort of Sivir Tempo deck. Because if you played Sivir Auction Demacia in the past, you could sometimes just get burnt out by a lot of these burn decks. But with Make It Rain, that becomes a lot harder because a lot of their units have 1 health. Now, even against some less aggressive decks, having the ability to line up, line them up. I got him. Having the ability to line up Make It Rain as removal is also very good at boosting the attack level of Bakaya Reaper, which is when you slay a unit, grant me +1/+0, which is also one of the strongest 1-drops that you have access to. The ability of yours to also swarm the early board with the Bilgewater package, such as Mirai Warden followed by Mirai Bakaya Reaper, allows you to go really wide really early, and if they can't block the Fearsome, and they have to block like the Mirai Warden, you start to get farm up slate procs, and suddenly you just have a threat all by itself. Of course, we also have other fearsomes like the classic Merciless Hunter into Sivir combo, as well as Zap, Runenrunner, and recently buffed Sheriff Lariat Rose. Actually a pretty decent finisher. If you're wider than your opponent, you get to push damage through, which is really cool. Or in conjunction with Runenrunner, in order to dictate just how much damage you can push through. If you challenge something that's vulnerable, a 1 health unit, and you challenge it with a Runenrunner, suddenly you're pushing 5 damage that your opponent has a very difficult time stopping. A very powerful combo, especially because Runenrunner has Spell Shield. So overall, the deck runs as a fairly standard sort of Sivir Tempo deck. Instead of the Demacia side, we do have the Bilgewater side, which can also actually level up Sivir surprisingly fast. If you have a keg with a TF red card, suddenly you're dealing 6 to 10 damage, progressing your Sivir quite quickly. So the deck itself plays out very similar. Is a little bit worse into the grindier decks because you lack a little bit more removal, you don't have the rallies to close out the games, you lack a little bit more card draw they do get from the Auction's Horde, but you do make that up in the early game. The anti-swarm, the red card, the TF flexibility, and all those things, and the Bilgewater package as well, that sort of make it up. So definitely a little bit different matchup tables, depending on what you face a lot more into ladder, because I do think Pirate aggro is increasing in prevalence on ladder. Something like this definitely has a possibility to actually have a pretty good spot within the ladder. And of course, I think as just any tempo deck, very skill intensive. If you can play it well, you can still win games. So I'll leave you guys with some games. I think these turned out very interesting. So feel free to check out the deck. I have the deck list down below in the description as always. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning into today's video. And I'll catch you guys next time with the next video. So peace out, guys, and take care. Alright, let us get this started. Against a Riven Viktor deck, we do have, not only do we have elusives, we also have, actually we have more tempo. We also have the quicksands. Even like a zap just for the elusive might be okay, especially when it can draw us like our quicksands as well. like an early curve. Question is, do we keep the deckhand? And things with 2 health in their deck are very rare. It's not really worth keeping it just because Make It Rain or red card doesn't actually kill anything. Like 2 damage versus 1 is insignificant. Relatively insignificant for the fact that most of their units have 3-4 health or like 1 health. So there's very few things that actually have like more than 1 health, but like less than 3, which makes the kegs slightly worse. And now that we have like the Bukai Reapers, like it's gonna be hard for them to like just trade into our board as well. Let's Make It Rain just kind of puts him in an awkward spot here. Okay. We'll just go wide here, see if we want to open attack. Oh, that's such a huge hit. Such a big hit. Wow, that's so insane. And he has to miss a shot like Bukai Reaper. That's sick. So his ideal play is like Riven. Makes me want to develop. Ooh, that's awkward. Because of that, you guys didn't hear that. Because of that development, or because of the Merciless Hunter, I would love to. I could Merciless it still and pull with like the Mirai Warden. It sucks if he has like the 2-1, I suppose, and I can just hold and. Okay, I like this. Because if he wants to play Riven, he still like can't block with it into the Merciless. This allows me to just do this, I guess. I don't even need to drag this because I have red card as well as Make It Rain. Like I push 1 less damage here because I miss out on Legion Saboteur, but I'm not giving him the blade fragments because like if he plays a Riven right here and I just give him full blade. Oh, this Make It Rain is so sick. Unfortunately, I don't have a Bukai Reaper on board, but an open attack on turn 4 when he wants to play like Riven and Viktor, that's just so crazy. Now that we drew a Quicksand, there's very little that I'm really afraid of. Ballistic bot after the fact, Jesus. Wow. We'll just take the offensive here. He's gonna block like this Legion Saboteur, and he's still taking like 8+ damage, and then we can close out the game pretty easily. Red card is burn, zap, and draw like Make It Rain. Oh, he takes it all. Whoa. Wow, no Viktor. His hand's just like decimates at this point. Very confused. It's like he's gonna have to kill the zap if he wants to be able to do anything. I guess not necessarily true because he does have the blade. But with this Quicksand and only 2 units on board, there's very little that he can do. And if he wants to develop, like he also like gets gold carded potentially. Oh, and the red card. Oh, this game's pretty over. This Quicksand should just spell it like red card if he overdevelops, and then Quicksand for the 2 tall ones. It's a very checkmatey position. And I also still have an elusive blocker. So this really came down to just how much early pressure we could apply, and his hand was just sort of bricked out there. I think the Merciless Hunter play on turn 4 was quite important. I don't really care here. We'll probably just end up gold carding, and we'll hit the Neandroid. And then we'll just Quicksand these guys. Elusive, what a high roll. Alright, we'll just gold card here, and then we will just Quicksand. There's only like 2 targets here that are very scary, and those are the 2 augment units. And once those get stripped of their keywords, there's really not much left for him to do. I could have like lined him up, but I can always that later. And this can go face. It's actually 3 damage in hand. So now he has 3 mana for the 3 blade fragments. He can actually play the full blades. Whoa. Really? Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't think he can. He has 3 fearsome blockers. Blocks. It's got a little bit tricky, but I still am open attacking here. I didn't expect him to not attack, but I think from his perspective, it was very smart to play around the potential Quicksand. If he lost his board there, like too early, then it was over. Still needs like a Mystic shot here. He can't go down to 1 because we do have burn. And he is losing pretty much as an... Okay. Alright, well, good. But yeah, that super tempo play, just the Bilgewater kind of side of things, as well as the fearsomes from the Shurima package, just really allowed us to put ourselves in a spot where now he's just dying here. And it did help that his hand was just relatively brick there, because he had an open attack on turn 4 into our Make It Rain, and that just completely decimated his board. That was huge. That was really huge of the Make It Rain on turn 4. But I think he always had Viktor based off how he played, which is really weird not developing into that. Alright, Scouts. Scouts is an interesting one. We don't have like any strike spells. So, and our units are relatively small, so like we can match them on board, but we can't really remove any of their units, and that's honestly pretty scary. Even this is questionable. Like a 2 damage Make It Rain is pretty good against Scouts, relatively speaking, but not 3 damage. I think I'm okay keeping it. It's just an early unit that we can play and maybe try to pressure them out. So Merciless Hunter for their MF is going to be big. If you can find like a Treasure Seeker, that'd be pretty solid. Like Treasure Seeker plus the thing, Waking Stance plus Merciless Hunter is like a guaranteed kill on MF. For the most part, unless they have like Double Sharp. Ooh, Precious Pet, what a high roll. Actually a high roll here. I'm happy with the trade. I don't have like anything, so I'd rather just keep their board like narrow, and if you play like an MF next turn, that challenge would actually be very scary. So now he's in like a really awkward spot where he can't necessarily play MF. Okay, Valor. I guess he still has an MF, huh? Okay. So I'll just let him do his thing here. He'll play MF. I don't want to play like all these chumps into it. Oh, nothing. Whoa. Alright, we got me there. Because that just made my like Merciless Hunter is really awkward. I still do want to like Merciless this, but I do have Line him up. I can just go like double 2-drop here and just go wide. Ugh, useless. As far as I can tell, he doesn't have an MF, which is good. Shouldn't really have played this. I guess I can just run his password if I want to, but it wasn't that great. Yeah, this is really awkward. Like, no spells actually use the kegs, and we didn't get to develop the Merciless Hunters when he has like a board of like no fearsomes, which kind of turned out to be quite awkward. And now if we want a keg to like, or if we want to ping, we need to ping it for 3, which I really just want to get rid of the Valor. Oh, but he just scout attacks. Interesting. I guess like red card, if he's scared of like a red card, like a boosted red. Okay, fine. This is really awkward. I do get to play Runeterra Pass, but I kind of want to keep it up because it looks like he's being afraid of developing. So if he just like wants to go in and challenge the keg, I think that's fine as well. He's just this slow at developing. I get a double Merciless next turn, which opens up my mana a little bit. This turn has just been really, or the past 2 turns has just been really awkward because I can really curve out with Merciless. But like if I draw Sivir next turn, I really wish I played a Merciless this turn, but having the keg up as like, the keg's like being scary for him because he can't just like randomly develop too much into it. Wow, like he played Quinn after the fact. That's so weird. Unfortunately, we still don't have anything to like do with it. Like we could try to kill Quinn with like the line him up. So like we just play Merciless on it, but then he just like pulls it. And then he pulls the keg and we like cry. We could like Merciless plus the Quicksand this turn. That's not the worst. Like he pulls this way and then we'll just Quicksand this guy. If he still attacks the Quinn, we can block with the 2-2. Get a Valley block off. Valley pulls Keg. I would pull Keg with Quinn if... Oh, interesting. Okay. So just do this and then we will Quicksand these guys. It kind of sucks, but I'm just setting up the kill on Quinn and I think that's the most important part. Sorry, I praised the mic again. Doesn't mean we need to set up for an open attack, which means I will just develop out the Dreadway deckhand. Not that it makes my swing any better, so maybe I don't. Maybe I just play like the Runeth past this turn. Oh, we can still easily save the Queen too. It's really awkward. Like, if we drew, like, I guess like a Make It Rain, that'd be really solid. If we can play Ruin Runner and like he rallies on us, that's very bad. Ooh, if I had more mana. This is really awkward. Because, like, if he Bright Steals or, like, rallies on me, that's very scary. I guess rally not as much because I just block and then I can challenge it afterwards. Like, developing is not even that bad. There doesn't seem to be, like, too many high sort of value things that he's sort of, like... Or rather, his hand's probably a lot of high value things. Maybe it's, like, Sharp Sights and Cythrias and, like, rallies. That makes me a little bit worried. What if I just also pushed 8 damage? I need to kill Quinn. Sharp Sight does screw me over, but then I can just kill with the Keg. Rally trade is potential. He has double Sharp Sight, that obviously sucks, but I don't think that's something I'm willing to play around. So I just trade this way. Like, I could have just pushed 8 here, and then, like, on the next swing I push another 8. Alright. Does he have double Sharp Sight? Interesting, you just rather go for the trade? Okay. Fair enough. I'll kind of, like, just sack off these Kegs. I really wish we had a better use of these Kegs. Like a Make It Rain, a TF. These cards are not it. Just drawing a lot of our low end here is quite unfortunate. Resolve. Like a pretty obvious resolve. Okay, never mind. But again, using their Scout attack at 7 mana goes to show that his hand's really awkward. I mean, he's just gonna push out a resolve here, right? No, does he even go for resolve? I'm quite confused. Like, there's no Genevieve. Maybe there's a Cythria. No, not even a Cythria. If I play this now, I can't Quicksand. That's something I probably should have thought about a little bit. So I'll just keep my mana point open. Yeah, because now it makes playing Runer awkward, because... I don't know, if he had a Sharp Sight, I think he would have used it. But I don't think he has one. But again, that doesn't mean I can just necessarily block my Runer very easily. So just drew very poorly this game. I drew a lot of my early game, but a lot of card draw still left my deck, like the Morai Warden, the Zaps. None of my spells. Like, none of my champions either. You have to drag me. Really? So Rally, it's not a resolve because you would have seen it come out. So Rally is a obvious potential possibility. It's kind of that I'm kind of struggling to think of things. Who are you? So I can like Quicksand to reduce this attack and get the Rune Runner through, but oh Jesus Christ, so much stuff. I don't want a Quicksand. It's like, it's so... It seems pretty clear to me that there's like potential Rally. Doesn't make my turn any better though. Like, if I attack here and he rallies on me, that's really bad. Like, he might want to rally now just to like actually try to level his Quinn. Looks like that's not really what he wants to be doing, but... Oh, that's so bad. That's really bad. Let's get a Union play. Oh my god, this is the saddest play I've seen. can quicksand the Quinn and kill it with the Rune Runner. You can still quicksand the Quinn and kill it with Rune Runner. Okay, I think we're dead here. We're just gonna play all of our stuff out. We hope we like double make rain on the 2 health guys. Okay, those were the worst make rain targets ever. I think we're losing here. Yeah, this is a sad game. Like, he was doing nothing his whole entire game either, and I was doing nothing. That hand just seemed very awkward. No champions, of course, just kind of put us in that spot. No card draw. Just couldn't really push anything in the mid game there. Right, into a Aphelios deck. So normally like Sivir Auction I feel pretty comfortable, but with this sort of deck that definitely aims to be a little bit, I think, a little bit more comfortable into like aggressive matchups. It's definitely going to be a little bit weaker against these Valley decks because we don't have Auction, which is a huge component, just like card and things like that. And I think the Bilgewater Tempo side is just slightly worse than like the reliability of Demacia, placed in this sort of situation. But I mean, we have Curve, we can kind of try to out-tempo them here, and that's what we're going to try to be pushing. Ballistic Bot would suck. Can we just go wide around it and then we have Anchor Rain? Okay. So if he plays Ballistic Bot and like blocks the 3 to the 2-1, that's fine. Takes 5. Death Ray. So 5 damage was cute. This is definitely a match where we need Sivir, but again, no rallies to close the game is really tricky. So our main goal here is just to try to stay wide. He's taking his sweet time, making some like relatively weak tempo plays, whereas we get to kind of explode off. It's like Merciless this turn into double 2-drop next turn. Just really trying to pick up the heat here. And like if he needs a Mystic Shot next turn, that's just cutting away at how much mana he can actually use to do other things. It does mean that we can't Merciless next turn because we don't have like a 1-drop play. We drew into like exactly a Kai Reaper, maybe. I guess we take the trade. I was gonna make that pull anyway. I guess he was afraid of like a TF or a Sivir making that trade instead. Alright, ooh, 3rd one. It's actually not the worst. We get to Fortune Crooker the... Ooh, he just slams Viktor. Okay. I guess now he like Thermo Beam the Merciless Hunter, because I think on turn 1 he was questioning Thermo Beaming the Treasure Seeker. Maybe this was bad. Okay, yeah. Kinda knew he had it, but I still played into it a little bit. That was my bad. I could have dealt 4 damage there and I missed it. That's really tough. I should have... Because I really considered it when he was like waiting on turn 1. You saw... It's just a general tip. You saw him like slightly wait on turn 1. He was a little bit hesitant. Oh, the region. Frick, dude. He was a little bit hesitant on turn 1 if you want to Thermo Beam the Treasure Seeker. So I should have read that he had Thermo Beam, and making that play was really silly. Unfortunate. Because we could have dealt 4 more damage there, but we didn't. Tough. Sucks is if he has like a Mystic plus another Thermo Beam. Can't actually protect the Rune Runner. Hey, because we're playing Bilgewater, we are sacrificing the protection spells. Even here, like he just removes Spell Shield, like Graviton or something. Alarum. Then like that's not phasing him anything. Oh, just crescendo. Wow. This turn we just like Merciless Hunter the heck out of him. He can attack now. He just pulls the Rune Runner. I don't think he will. It's not really worth attacking with Viktor just to sacrifice one of your blockers. Now we're just sort of in it. Might Waking Sands instead, because I don't want to like give away my Rune Runner for free, essentially. he's going to be able to get a Calibrum. Kind of weird. If he plays this, and then if he plays like a burst spell, he can Calibrum like my Waking Sands. If he wanted to. Like, giving him too much time on like the development is really scary. I still haven't drawn any of my champions this game. Like, I feel like the mid game is sort of decided by like a red card TF sort of line, and just really haven't gone to there. So now he can't play like Hexcore to get to the Calibrum. It does mean that our Rune Runner is trading for his Boom Boom Boom, which is very unfortunate. So I took Calibrum, so now we have to attack, right? If I were him, I would have went for some like burst Calibrum kind of line. So he blocks here, maybe Mystics here, and he can like block one of these. Does set up like a Make It Rain onto the Aphelios, I suppose. We're just like really falling short of damage. Okay. Oh wow, really? So no Mystic Shot, no removal here unless he wants to save his Viktor. It's kind of an interesting decision from him. But leaving my Rune Runner up alive, I guess he can like ping it plus Calibrum is his plan. Like if he has like a second Viktor, he can use a Viktor spell to pop the spell shield and then Calibrum it. And it's kind of the downside of being in Bilgewater, right? No sharp sight is unfortunate. Hail. Right. Hail's annoying because Viktor does have regen, but still pushing damage slowly. Shuffle. He should have switched the blocks here. He shuffled like 2 puff caps in his deck. That does affect him at some point. Oh, he has to use Calibrum to pop. Wow. He's just going for a Gravitum. Right. Did he get it here? Wait, what? Wait, his facing has been so awkward. What? That's his only card he played. Oh no, he already played 2 cards? Oh yeah, his facing has been really awkward. Like, this is kind of where you don't want to be with as the Aphelios deck. Oh, and he draws the 2 shrooms! Oh my god, because now, like, we can make it rain the Aphelios. The way he's been ordering his, like, Aphelios spells, or, like, cards played is really awkward, because now he's not even phasing the weapons. I think he's made some, like, rather crucial errors, because his Aphelios isn't phasing properly, and now he doesn't have the Gravitum in hand, and this make it rain, well, now he has to like play a burst spell, I guess, or I guess like a fast spell. So like, it doesn't make that big of a difference because it's most likely going to get to Gravitum this turn, but it just sort of makes it awkward for him because now he has to play like something, and then he has to commit the 2 mana to playing the Gravitum as well. So like he maybe like Star Shaping plus Gravitum, but then Aphelios dies, and then we can try to go a little bit wider. Oh no, he doesn't even get it. What? Oh, I'm so confused. I don't... That's annoying. But I'm so confused. I don't understand. Maybe he just like ambushes me and I lose. There's also that possibility. Oh no, but he... Oh no, because the Viktor gave him a card. If he has ambush here, he could like actually get me, which is hilarious, honestly. Like, I'd be pretty mad, but... what can you do at that point? But like, if he had a Starship, I think he would have went for it. So maybe he just doesn't have any healing and I can just burn him out with the Ruinous Path. So like, I feel like his plays in this game have been rather awkward. You saw like 2 straight turns, he played his Moon Weapon but didn't phase another one on the same turn. And that's something you want to generally avoid as the Aphelios player. What is this card? Oh, he's dead. Sick. Whew. Alright, just barely got there. Again, 0 champions drawn. It's a little bit frustrating, not gonna lie, but at least we won this one. Definitely a little misplay here and there. Like on the, we shouldn't have procured our We shouldn't have crooked our Merciless Hunter on that turn. Or at least if we wanted to, it was better to do it after combat. Because he couldn't even block it with Viktor. It's like we missed out on 4 damage there for, I guess, 2, and that was not good at all. I think this should be a relatively rough matchup, because again, we just have very little interaction. Like in Quicksand, that's like about it. Like once they have an Eye of the Dragon down on board, it's gonna be very difficult. These cards just seem very awkward. Like Wallpaper into Fortune Croaker doesn't seem that good. I really want Mariah Warden, or even like 2 more 1-drops. I think there's a lot better that we can do than that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Finally drew Sivir, and this hand's shaping out to be really solid. Like, double Fearsome with Merciless start is like really insane. Probably like the best tempo play we can make, especially against their deck that doesn't have wide interaction. We can try to like sneak through here. Ballistic Bot, perfect. We have the Merciless. That's not the roll we were looking for. Oh, now it lowers it. We can like actually attack with the Mariah Warden into that instead. I don't agree with that attack. That was strange. Because what I'm going to do here is I no longer need to challenge with the Merciless. I can just challenge with the Mariah Warden. And if this like eats out a Mystic Shot onto the Mariah Warden, that's like he's not killing my Merciless. Yeah. I'll say he does save it. Because now this is a value trade, right? Okay. Because like if he Mystic Shots... Okay, no. If he has a Mystic Shot and is able to save it, I'd rather just do this. Because either way, he's able to kill it, right? Or rather save the bot. Like Mystic Shot plus Ignition. There's no point in me pulling with the Merciless Hunter. Even if he has like a twin, it still saves it, so there's no real point here. Unfortunately, that means he most likely gets the Dragonling going, and that's a little bit frustrating. Ambush just to trade. Oh, ambush to value trade. Whoa. Not expecting that at all. So next time we have the Make It Rain, and we can kill not only the Eye of Dragon, but also the Dragonling, and that could be huge. Like if he open attacks here, oh, the Valley. Pass. Alright, sick. I think what? I think you kind of want that heal there, buddy. A little bit surprised there. I don't think he has a way of killing Sivir. He clearly didn't have a Mystic Shot. Otherwise, I think he would have either killed the bot or saved the bot, which would have like gave him spells for the Eye, or killed the Merciless Hunter. He plays like a Lee Sin. I have a Make It Rain, so he can't even barrier it. Rather, he could barrier it, but he wouldn't be able to like twin plus spell, which would be able to not only give his Lee Sin barrier, but make it so that it puts me in an awkward spot as well. Now we're just putting on the heat. No Fearsome blocker. If he plays 2 spells, we'll just Make It Rain as well. Because then like he commits into the Eye, and then you have to commit like a 3rd spell. He really needs a healing now. Yeah. So now like if I do this, he has to like either like notify this, if he has it, which could be like a 1-of. Or he has to twin Discipline the Eye of the Dragon, which is a 3rd spell this turn, and just constrict his next turn. And if he doesn't have it, he's really screwed. Notify down. That's unfortunate. He did have his Notify. I don't think this deck is on Sonic Wave. Like, Lee Sin can pull Sivir, but he's trading at that point. I slay a unit. I can slay my own unit to draw, which is kind of cute. I don't hate. But he has to attack this turn. Like we have some like time. Like he needs a heal. I suspect he needs to get him Lee Sin. We'll see what he does. I could have just like ricocheted here as well and try to kill off the small units, but he might even sack his Lee Sin here. He doesn't attack? Is that bad for us? It's probably bad for us, but it has to be worse for him, though. I'm curious. I guess he's afraid of like quicksand. Oh, he's not afraid at all. Wow. It's so insane. This is a free block for Sivir, and this just helps me get to my level up. And I can just ricochet, honestly. And kill like these guys. Like he can't buff this. If he can, I like kind of screwed up. It looks like he can't. Yo. Yeah, I really want to ricochet this turn, so I will just keg into ricochet. It's a 6 mana ricochet, but be able to kill off these. Do I want to? I kind of don't want to. No, I should because no, I should. You know, it's only bad if I like don't hit both of these. Even only hitting like one of these is like okay, I think. Maybe this is bad. It's hard to tell. It's just like I can get really screwed if like the Viktor soaks it all. Oh, he did have a second spell. He didn't. He chose not to go for it. I think he was definitely scared of like quicksand or make it rain there. I just need to hit the Lee Sin. I need to hit the Lee Sin twice now. Oh, that scared me so much. It hit the Nexus first and then leveled, so it didn't count. As long as... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Because now I can just develop. We have the Sivir attacking. We have a Runeterra attacking as well. So even if he is able to, say, Mystic Palm the Sivir, which I already don't think he has a Mystic, which means he can't double palm. He needs to either have top deck into it. If he can't, then he's just dying here. And then we have Rune's Path to finish. I didn't want to develop just in case he high rolls something off of me, but it looks pretty dead here. Like, there's no way to stop Sivir. And even if he does, he takes 3 here and 4 here. And then, or he takes 2 here and 1 here. Yeah, there's no chance now. Which means we, I mean, we're 1 off, but we're still ending the game. Like, he lost Viktor there, and it's like the biggest threat. We can use this next turn to activate, or to kill the Spiderling to activate the Rune's Path. It's kind of funny. Sin. There's no Absolver, so there's no way for his Lee Sin to kill me here. And if he sinks all of his mana into this turn, he's just dead anyway. So this turn we will just slay the Spiderling, which will give us the Dreadway deckhand, and the TF kind of fixes that, but we have mana to play it all. It's forced to like double spell go and kill the Sivir. Oh yeah, that's Sonic this whole time too. Wow. I don't know, our opponents have been like being a little bit weird today, because like he had that one turn where he had the Dragon Link and the Sonic Wave, but chose not to go in for it. And now like you're just dead, I suppose. Unless your last card is another Nopify. Alright, sick. So even though we lacked the actual interaction that we get from Demacia there, we were able to sort of tempo them out there. But I feel like the actual Sivir auction list would have done something very similar. Ooh, mono Shurima, huh? Well, this is just purely tempo. So we need to like bum rush them as fast as we can. Like this one fearsome dude has to like carry us. That's literally what it is. Oh, and the Make Your Rain. God, that's so good into like everything. Oh god, imagine if he plays a... Oh my god, he's gonna play the Rock Hopper. And then he's gonna get destroyed by this Make Your Rain. And it can develop on turn 3, that's so big. Please play Rock Hopper. So big. That's so huge. It's so much pressure. Because like he has difficulty removing this. If he wants like Rite of Arcane next turn, he can't because I'm just gonna proc the Roiling Sands. He could like Waking Sands and then to block. But that's his whole turn and I still push 4 damage. Most value just gonna trade, that's fine. Maybe it's not fine, because now you can like write and get some tempo back. I still like developing rather than just open attacking though. I don't know, it's kind of tricky there. That one was a little bit more of a toss-up. I don't know if like, I could check if he was on Naturalist. Like if he's on Naturalist, maybe I shouldn't make that play. Yeah, so that's a punish. It's a really big punish. Yeah, so if I knew he was on Naturalist, I'd make the open, but I don't know, Naturalist isn't a good card in this deck. So I got what I guess you could say was punish. Yeah, that sucks. That's giving so much time. And like when you start getting like the big boys out, like next turn maybe we go like some Waking Sand, like Rose, like this Chef Laureate Rose plays, and then we can try to push a lethal on turn 7, because he did have to slow down his game plan a lot in order to sort of compensate. And maybe we can just like, get him with like a quicksand trade on next turn. As long as we don't just like help him flip Xerath this turn, I don't think he can even level up both champions. Interesting. We have to develop this turn. We have to go wide, and then we have to make our next turn like lethal. We do level Xerath, which I don't think I care because he can't play Azir this turn as well. Doesn't mean that we potentially need to kill him on an open attack. Not exactly true, but definitely a lot more pressure. It's like Xerath levels here, and then he can play leveled Azir next turn. Oh, does he have Xerath here? He doesn't have Xerath. Okay, he does have Xerath. Alright. So we just bully our way through this one. Oh no! I forgot about that. Right. This is not good. This isn't very good at all. It's like Azir flips everything and then we lose. We just have to go for it. We just have to say he doesn't have Azir. Oh. Wow, really? I actually have this one. Looks kind of dead. Or is he? I don't think he's dead. He blocks here. He's clearly not dead. But losing the Xerath could be good. It's like 5 health, that's so high. He doesn't have Azir. Not doing us any favors though. Oh. It's like he has Azir next to me, just lose, right? We need to find burn. It's not impossible to find the burn, but it's gonna be super tight. So our board's getting obliterated in 2 turns. Oh, and a Rite of Calling, Jesus. Please be Azir, or Xerath. The upside is we potentially don't die. Like, it's not easy for us to die if he plays Azir. That might be a lie. We do have Quicksand. He actually just hit Xerath. It's kind of wild. Wow, he didn't hit it. But we have to be cognizant that we're losing 2 units on start. We can't even play Rune Runner here. Rune's path is good. It was a Xerath. We're losing the Lauret person. I think we still red card here. We'll lose a TF, but I think that's fine. Just need to like start doing things. I'll just like play a Rune Runner and hope for the best. Like he still needs to draw exactly a Zir. Like that's his only out here. Oh, that's so smart. Wow. Deny me my Ruinous Path. Oh, it's still vulnerable. Oh, it's gonna get. Oh wow. It's gonna get screwed over by the Rune Runner on the vulnerable. I don't know if he thought about that. Like that's lethal. Even if he has a Zir, that's lethal now. I don't know if he thought about that. I don't know if he thought that through. I played this first because if he does have a Zir, he plays it and then this obliterates this. And then it leaves my Runner alive, and then he has no more landmarks. Beautiful. Yeah, so inadvertently, that screwed him over. Yeah, wow. Insane. Actually insane there. By playing around the Ruinous Path, he also dug his own grave there. Yeah, let that through. I think he would have won. Which I think in hindsight from my end, I should have just blue carded then. And like not kill that just because of leaving with the vulnerable up. Because I think that was very important to do. Because now he can't get through the spell shield. So I think I made a crucial error as well by red carding. I didn't mess up the order there, but wow, what a game. Whew. So we got really lucky there, he didn't draw a Zir. He predicted so many times and find a Zir, but he also made some crucial errors at the end that if he let that red card resolve, I think we would have lost. Unless he drew something really good through the Ruinous Path. But other than that, alright guys, that's gonna be the games. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. But as always, deck code down below in the comments. Hope you enjoy this one, a little bit of a different one. But still the same old Sivir Tempo deck. Cool, different twist, does different things. Better into aggro because of the removal, but a little bit worse in the overall grindy things, but still has that retaining edge. Level up Sivir a lot faster, red card, keg, deal like 10 damage, boost up that Sivir. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another one. So peace out guys, and take care.